Following on from our recent video about the different nest shapes, we will be featuring the many different nesting materials that birds use to construct their nests. Birds' nests come in many different sizes and shapes. All the construction is done by the bird's beak, and sometimes with the help of the feet. Let's start with the grass as the main nesting material. The male weavers, like this Cape weaver male, are master weavers of very intricate nests woven out of blades of grass or strips of reeds torn off with their sharp beaks. Thick-billed weaver males weave very neat nests from very, very thin strips of bulrush leaves, pulled off with its massive beak. And this is a female thick-billed weaver, pulling off thin shreds to use as nest lining after she has approved of a nest that was built by the male. Once she has approved of the nest, like the nest on the left, the male adds a narrower entrance tunnel, also from thin reed strips. Birds like pipits, larks, and longclaws, and many other little birds build a neat cup-shaped nest out of grass, on the ground or in the fork of a tree. This is a female Cape longclaw collecting beakfuls of dry grass and rootlets to build her nest with, under a low bush or a tuft of long grass. Probably the most remarkable nests made of dry grass stems are the massive sociable weaver nests. These massive nests are the largest nests built by any bird colony in the world. They can weigh up to 1 ton and be up to 7 meters wide and 4 meters high. The entire nest structure is built entirely of dry grass stems picked in the arid veld. These nests are often added onto each breeding season, so they are often always growing in size. Next are the nests made out of hundreds of sticks and twigs. Herons and egrets carry hundreds of sticks to the spot where they have chosen to build their nests, normally high up in a tree. Here the male black-headed heron has brought a stick, and he has given it to the female to place on the nest. And this is the sturdy completed stick nest in the fork of a large eucalyptus tree. Egrets also use small sticks and twigs for nest building. The nest is constructed of hundreds of thin sticks, but it is strong and solid. Raptors, like this crowned eagle, break off large sticks to take to their massive nest. These nests are built by both sexes. This pair of crowned eagles are preparing the nest for egg laying and incubation. Look how large some of those sticks are. They are able to bring sticks that are over 1 meter long to the nest. The nest is strong and sturdy in the fork of a large dead tree. They line the nest with willow beechwood and eucalyptus leaves, as well as pine needles. Next we feature the totally unique nests of the penduline tits that are often made out of pure sheep's wool in the wool farming areas of southern Africa. In non-sheep farming areas, these penduline tits use fluffy seeds for nest building, like these kapokbos seeds. The penduline tit nests all have a narrow entrance spout and a false entrance which fools predators like snakes. The birds use the lip of that false entrance as a perch when they leave the nest. These unique nests are also bound with spiderweb to keep them stronger and firmer. Here you can see the entrance spout and the false entrance clearly. These penduline tits tease the wool and pull and push it back into the nest wall to make it really fluffy. And these nests are durable and waterproof, and they are used in successive years and for roosting at night, out of breeding season. Sheep's wool is in great demand in the sheep farming areas, and many other birds line their nests with it, like the streaky-headed seed-eater, and this karoo prunier, and this weaver that is pulling it off a fence. The birds find the wool stuck on thorny bushes in the karoo, so it is easily accessible for them just to pull off. Next we feature the incredible mud pellet nests of the swallows and martins. These nests are built one mud pellet at a time, one long row at a time. And this is the completed nest of the lesser striped swallow. It is an enclosed bowl with a short side entrance. This greater striped swallow is gathering a beak full of wet mud from the edge of a puddle in the road. They stuff as much mud as possible into their tiny beaks, and this mud mixes with their saliva while they fly back to their nest site. This greater striped swallow nest under an overhanging rock on a cliff has an unusually long entrance tunnel built with different colors of mud. The tunnel was probably added onto each year. Rock martins build a half-cup nest using mud pellets and saliva, and it is usually built against a wall, just beneath an overhang, like a ceiling. This is the neat, completed nest of this rock martin. These South African cliff swallows live in large colonies and also gather mud for their nests in groups. These South African cliff swallows build their mud nests touching each other, and they are usually built under bridges or cliff overhangs. Swallows then line their mud nests inside with fine grass topped with soft downy feathers. White-rumped swifts took over this lesser striped swallow's nest, and they added a lot of soft feathers to the entrance tunnel and inside to make it warmer and more cozy. Water birds like red-knobbed coots build a floating platform nest made of whatever plant matter they can find nearby. This red-knobbed coot male is taking a dried reed leaf to the female on the nest. She takes it and she places it in the nest bowl. And this male has pulled out a reed plant and is taking it to the female at the nest. She takes it from him and places it on the nest. And this male is taking a plant that was submerged to add to the nest. The nests are often built on top of the water, and they will float on the surface in dams or large pans. And some nests are anchored to reeds, like this one is. And some of their nests can be quite large. While on the topic of plant matter, these dark-backed weavers make their untidy nests out of pliable roots, tendrils of plants, and fine stems of vines and creepers growing in the forests where they are found. Their nests are easy to identify because of their coarse texture and untidy appearance, with loose ends and loops of materials protruding in all directions. Most little birds will try and camouflage their nests by adding pieces of lichen, leaves, and even bark to the outside. Note the little pieces of lichen on this amethyst sunbird's nest. Small birds also bind their nests with spider web because it is strong and durable. This female African paradise flycatcher is just starting her nest, and she's binding it with spider silk. And many birds line the inside of their nests with downy feathers or soft animal fur to make it warm and cozy. This female African firefinch is gathering soft feathers for the lining of her nest. Unfortunately, birds will use anything they think is suitable for nest building, including plastics. With all the litter lying around these days, there is plenty of plastic around for them to use. I came upon the spectacled weaver nest that had thin threads of red baling twine woven into it on the edge of a farmyard. Birds use what they can find, and they don't know that plastic threads can wrap around the chicks' feet and confine them to the nest forever. We must be careful how we dispose of plastics and other synthetic waste. And I found this lanner falcon nest very high up on a cliff, and it has red and blue plastic twine in it too. And I hope no chicks got their feet caught up in it. Below the cliff are some lucerne lands, so the twine must have come from there. And the greater double-collared sunbird nest that I featured recently has thin shreds of plastic incorporated into the nest construction. I wish I knew where the bird found this plastic litter. And on a lighter note, I saw 2 hamerkop nests that had clothing items incorporated into their construction. This one had a pair of socks. And this one had a garment which I can't identify. According to Roberts, some hamerkops raided somebody's washing line once, and the items were found in the hamerkop's nest. Now, if you want to put out nesting materials for your birds in breeding season, here are some materials that you should not put out. Synthetic fibers and plastics. Pet fur, which has been treated with flea meds. It's highly toxic to chicks in the nest. Human hair. It doesn't break easily and can wrap around chicks' feet. Yarn or string. And if you do use yarn or string, cut it into 3 centimeter long pieces, no longer. Dryer lint can clump and make holes in the nest. It's not a good idea. Lawn clippings with pesticides. That's very dangerous as well to young chicks. Rather stick to natural, safe materials that the birds would use in nature, like twigs and sticks, and leaves. All those dried leaves, don't rake them up, just leave them there. Straw and grass clippings, as I said, that hasn't been treated with pesticides, just natural grass clippings from the lawn, and fluffy seeds, plants that make fluffy seeds. Enjoy your birding.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and post any comments you have down below.